listen, my perspective of Marvel Rivals is going to be different than Kennedy or anyone else's in the chat, right? You may agree or disagree. You could definitely voice your opinion. I don't want this to be an extremely long video. I'm gonna kind of go through it. I'm gonna give why I think this character is where it belongs, right? S being the best, D being the worst, right? Now it's kind of hard to, in my opinion at least, to correctly rank these characters in, like, I think it's better to make a tier list based on each, like, DPS, tank, and support, right? Or strategist, right? I think it's better like that because I think it's a more accurate, like, for example, is Black Widow better at DPS than Adam Warlock is at support? Like, it's hard to, like, gauge that in my opinion, but I'm gonna try my best. I think it's gonna be fun. Now, this is going to be kind of a general rule of thumb. I'm going to consider, like, if a character has a team up, I'm going to kind of give possibly two different perspectives, right? Like, for example, I think Scarlet Witch could potentially be, I think Scarlet Witch is overall a B character, right? With the team up and everything. The ult is very counterable. I think Scarlet Witch losing the anchor from the Magneto team up, I think Scarlet Witch is a fair B character. You can pop off with the Witch. I don't think it's A. I think there's a lot better characters than Scarlet Witch at DPS, but with the Strange team up, they're B. Without the team up, I actually think Scarlet Witch is C. I think Scarlet Witch is just very underwhelming for damage. But I'm gonna keep Scarlet Witch as a B just because of the Strange team up. Like, just keep in mind that I think that's where I would put Scarlet Witch. There's a lot of better DPS options than Scarlet Witch. Everyone complains that you just hold the primary, but if you just hold the primary, this character is honestly a C. Like, you're not shredding nobody with this. You know how much time it takes to kill somebody if you just hold the primary from full health? Like, it takes time. Like, if I go at a Hawkeye, for example, right? If I go at Hawkeye, Black Widow, any of these characters, or Hela, and I'm just holding my primary, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. They're going to pick me off before I pick them off, unless their aim is absolutely atrocious. But you give me the Strange team up, I think Scarlet Witch is a very solid B. I don't think you can really pop off with the Witch at, I think B is fair. I think B is overall fair. This is also probably one of the easier DPS characters to get good with. The key to Scarlet Witch isn't the primary. I will always die on the hill that it's the secondary. If you're really good at hurling the secondary and you actually utilize the stun to hold people that press you, you're golden. Like, you're really, really, really good. That unlocks the Scarlet Witch's true potential. And the ability to unlock the Scarlet Witch's delete button with other ults, like, you know, the Strange Portal or the Strange ult. Emma's ult is really good for holding people in place just to get nuked. There are a lot of really cool things you could do with Witch. There's a lot of things you could do with Witch, right? But I'm going to go back to the beginning premise, right? Let's go to Adam Warlock, right? I think Adam Warlock, in my personal opinion, is C. I don't have much success with Adam players personally. I don't think Adam Warlock is... I think Adam Warlock is probably bottom tier of the support. Of the supports. Probably along... I think Adam and Jeff are very close. Like, I don't know which one... like, if I'm playing ranked, I don't know which one I would rather have. If you give me the res comp, this character becomes B. It does. It just does. or in triple support. It's a good triple support character, right? But I don't think Adam Warlock should be B. Adam Warlock should be a C tier. It's too, I don't know. I don't have much success with Adam players. You can, if you're an Adam man, you can let me know down below why he is either C, B, or wherever you place him, right? Black Panther. Ooh, that's a controversy. See, I think PC Black Panther is a completely different entity than console Panther, right? I'm a console player. If it's console, I think Black Panther is B. A really good Black Panther will be A, but there's also so many Black Panther players that think that they're him, but they're not. I think B is fair. If you're talking about PC Black Panther, I think Black Panther is A. Console, I think it's B, personally. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's B. Really, really, really solid DPS. You can dive really hard with Black Panther. It's a solid character. I think it's much better than people give it credit for. It is a terror on... In the right hands, this is a really terrifying character to go up against. Black Widow. I gotta think about Black Widow. I actually think, and this might actually surprise some people, but I think Black Widow is a B tier character. Black Widow has a combo where you can actually dive really good with Black Widow. It doesn't need to be a character you sit in the back with too much. If you have a one-on-one with Black Widow, I wish you good luck. If they get that kick combo, it's basically a one-shot on most DPS. It can really, 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 really cook in the right hands. Like I said, I think it's kind of similar to Black Panther. It depends who's playing it. Really, 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 really solid DPS in the right hands. But again, there's a lot of players that make this C or D. I will be honest with you. But I'm just thinking about it from a ranked perspective, right? Hulk. Ooh, I think Hulk is our first A tier character. Hulk is really good. Hulk got the Namor team up, which is really, 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 really strong. I think it's underrated because it doesn't have Iron Man anymore. But when you run Namor and Hulk, it cooks. It really does. It's hard on flyers. It's good on divers. Hulk by himself is pretty solid as well. I like that they've given him more mobility. If this was like season 0-1 Hulk, I'd probably put him B. No higher than B, maybe even C. But I think now with the mobility that Hulk has, being able to constantly jump and punch, it's really solid. He also gives good protection for his teammates as well, which is an underrated part of Hulk's kit, in my opinion. And obviously his ult is really, really, really crazy. The Hulk's... Just the smash you get to is such satisfaction. I think it's really good. I think Hulk's a solid A tier character. Captain Backline himself, dude. Captain Backline. I think Captain America is also a tier. Captain America is really solid. Very solid character. If in the right hands, a really good Captain America player could hold the point all by himself. I think the only reason for me that Captain America is not an S tier is one thing: flyers. I think Cap struggles to... I don't know. I don't think Cap has great success against flyers. I could be wrong. If you're a Captain America player, please correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really seen a tank-led team with Captain America do fantastic into flyers. I think Captain America is great mobility. Probably one of the more annoying characters to get rid of, especially when he ults. But overall, a great piece to any team. With his shield throwing, you can deal... But how long does his shield... that's a cooldown, right? Because of his survivability nerfs? Okay, that's fair too. I can see that. I don't think he's great. Like, I don't think he's the first choice you would make into a flyer. I could be wrong though. If you, like I said, you can agree to disagree with me. I'm only speaking from what I've experienced playing with and against Captain America players. Cloak and Dagger is interesting. Cloak and Dagger. Is Cloak and Dagger S tier healing? Or is it high A? I'm kind of torn personally on this. I think Cloak and Dagger, let me see. Let me think about that, right? Is Cloak and... You know what? I am going to put Cloak and Dagger in S. I think that's our first S tier character. I think Cloak and Dagger... I literally played one game of Cloak and Dagger, and I understand how the healing works, kind of. Like, I got a better understanding of it. Phenomenal healer. When you switch to Dagger, you can pick people off that come at you. You have... I'm sorry, Cloak. I'm talking about Cloak, excuse me. You can switch to Cloak and pick off a lot of people. Cloak is basically a built-in Scarlet Witch with the primary, if not even better. Cloak and Dagger does have counters. If you're an Iron Man player, if you're even Scarlet Witch, if you can time it right, it will delete the Cloak and Dagger. Hawkeye's a good counter that could potentially one-shot. Does Black Widow get a one-shot on?
Hyundai Kona versus Subaru Crosstrek. Look what Kona
What the hell?
And what Crosstrek doesn't.
What the hell? Get that advertisement out of here, man. What the hell? There are counters. Every hero has a counter, right? But I think overall, with how... And I think Cloak and Dagger is a really easy support character to pick up and get really good value out of. The ult is phenomenal. Definitely one of the best in the game. I do think it used to be even stronger because I think you could stack the lines up and get even... Is it more healing? I'm not 100% sure, but Cloak and Dagger is in a really strong position. I would put it as Doctor Strange. In my opinion, I think Strange is still one of the best tanks in the game. I'm going to put Strange in the S tier. I think Strange is S for a couple of different reasons. I think Strange has the best overall impact with his abilities out of probably any character in the game. His portal is game-changing. His ult is probably... I think the only ult that's you could argue is better than Strange's ult is probably Groot's. You get the Wanda team up as well. You get that huge shield. Definitely the best shield in the entire game to cover your team with. You can fly, hover. I should say hover with it, right? I think Strange is still one of the best tanks in the game. So for that particular reason, I think Strange is S. Is he top of the S? I don't think so, but S tier nonetheless. Groot. Oh man, bro, Groot is crazy. Is Groot S or is it A? Groot's definitely better than Hulk. I'm going to put Groot in S. I think Groot has become a menace to society. Groot's ult is, in my opinion, I would value a Groot ult over a Strange ult, but that's my personal opinion. Groot is so strong, can absolutely obliterate. Groot is insane. Damage output can be so monstrous. The ult grabbing everybody and just holding them there for a little bit is diabolical. Can enable so many people to pop off with it. The walls are extremely annoying. Heals bounce off of the walls. It is a double-edged sword. I was just about to say that. Yup, you're right. But overall, I think the walls overall are great for any team. And yeah, I'm not gonna try to go over analyze everything. That I'm just giving you guys my opinion. Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye is a better witch. I'm sorry, Black Widow, excuse me. Has that honestly, I thought that there were gonna be a lot more Hawkeye spottings in this season. I'm glad to be wrong. I have not run into an insane Hawkeye that abuses the Luna team up. I think Hawkeye is a better Black Widow in my personal opinion. Hella. Hella. I think Hella's A. I'm gonna put Hella. Wait, let me think about that for a second, right? Is there a better DPS? Oof. You know what? I think Hella's an S tier DPS. Hella is an S tier DPS. I'm looking at the list here, right? And I'm thinking to myself, is Hella more dangerous than Iron Fist? Yes. Is Hella more dangerous than Iron Man? In most situations, yes. Is Hella more dangerous than Magic? I think so. Moon Knight. It can't. And again, I play characters that fly like Iron Man, Ultron. The Witch can be picked. The Witch doesn't have a good time against Hella either. Hella has my respect. Hella has my respect. Hella definitely has my respect. Whenever I play ranked, my principle is I always ban Hella. I have the best success when Hella players are not in my game, shooting me down. Hella is scary, and Hella has an underrated team up. Hella enables Thor and Loki to get revives upon their kills, which could all. It doesn't get enough. I don't see it too often, but when it does, it's nice. It's a solid team up. Iron Fist. I'll put Iron Fist in B. I think Iron Fist is in the B tier. Iron Fist is just too. There's just too many variables with Iron Fist players, in my opinion. If you give me a really good Iron Fist player, they're A. If you give me like most Iron Fist players, I see very little impact for them. They're probably a C tier character, in my opinion. I'm gonna go B. I just think there's just too many variables with Iron Fists. And Iron Fist is very, very, very solid. Iron Fist can hold its ground, can heal itself, and give itself some shield as well. It's the kit is nice. If you're a really good Iron Fist player, definitely an A tier, in my opinion. Iron Man! Ooh, Iron Man! Iron Man's A. Iron Man, in my opinion, is an A tier character. Bottom A tier. Iron Man, to me, has come up from the ground. Even though it's been getting nerfs, I think Iron Man is still an A tier character. I don't think the Ultron team up is great, personally. However, I saw someone using the Squirrel Girl team up with Iron Man, and that DPS combo cooked. Iron Man is the biggest glass cannon, in my personal opinion, in this entire game. His damage output, if you leave Iron Man alone, Iron Man will win the game for his team. If you give Iron Man the respect and attention he deserves, he's going to fold, unfortunately. But a really, really, really good Iron Man player is extremely scary. I think Iron Man is lower A. I think Iron Man is a lower A tier character, in my personal opinion. What's up, Mark? Wasted, yeah. Iron Man will get a lot of KOs. As an Iron Man main myself, right? My best games have come from Iron Man. His ult is extremely, extremely good. His ult is extremely good. It can get countered by Magneto, Strange blocking it. Anything that could block. Iron Man's ult isn't. It doesn't suffer the way Witch does, but it has a lot of counters. I will say that. But if it gets its ult off, it can be game-changing. Ursa and Kennedy could vouch from their ranked games with me how many ults, defensive ults, have gone up and have just instantly been deleted by my Iron Man. Iron Man is really good. A tier for me. Jeff. Guys, this is going to be controversial. Very controversial. Right? Guys, Jeff is a B tier character. Jeff is B tier. I think he's better than Adam. I would rather have a Jeff than an Adam. Jeff is an MVP machine. Jeff is in a much better place than he was.
Kona versus Subaru
Shut your...
Look what Kona has.
Bro, fuck your ads, bro. Excuse my language. Jeff is... This might offend some Jeff players, but he is way better than he was previously. His rework is a W. It's a step in the right direction. Is it perfect? No. Are there some things that could be changed? Sure. Every character can have that argument, right? None of these characters in this game are perfect. They can all be tweaked a little bit, right? But Jeff is in a much better place than he was. He was statistically the worst hero win rate wise in the entire game. You cannot argue that Jeff is better. Jeff's primary is just such an insane upgrade. How many times have you played Jeff and you were trying to just heal your teammate, but you accidentally picked up a KO, or you assisted in your DPS or tank getting that final hit because of your chip damage? Jeff's really good. He's a very solid healer. Is he among the best healers? No. I still think he's a couple of tiers below, like a Cloak and Dagger, an Invis, a Luna Snow, a Loki, right? But if I had to choose between an Adam and a Jeff, I'm taking Jeff all day, every day. I think Jeff is just in a much better place than he was. He actually has some utility. He has some utility. He does. Is his DPS as good as it was? No. But is he overall in a better place? Yes. And the statistics will back it up whenever those stats come out, right? Loki. I think Loki's S tier. In the right hands, Loki is diabolical. In a triple support team up, Loki is diabolical. If you give Loki even one defensive ult, but if you give him 2 defensive ults to choose from, damage output is so nice on Loki as well. You can really pop off with Loki. Loki's kit is extremely... Out of every character in the game, he has the most versatility based on his ult alone, right? If you're a master of all of these characters and you happen to be running with any of them on your team, Loki's your man. You don't even have to go the defensive route, right? You can go on Iron Man and destroy their defensive ult. You can go on Cloak and Dagger and stagger their defensive ult, right? You can go on Scarlet Witch and try to go with a bomb, right? There's so much utility, right? I don't think Loki needs much explanation. In the right hands, he is diabolical. That's definitely one of the characters I want to learn as well at some point in the future. And he pairs so nicely with Hela. So nicely. Luna Snow. I think Luna Snow is another S tier support, in my opinion. I think these are the big 3 of supports, in my opinion. You could make an argument for Invis. I think Invis will join them, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll put Invis in here. Where's Invis? We'll put Invis in here, too. By the way, S tier is in no particular order. I think S tier is just the top of the food chain. I don't think Cloak and Dagger is like... If I had to rank the supports, I would go like this. Right? If I had to, if you had to put a bullet to my head and say, what are the 4 best supports in the game? I would say these 4 in a row. Yeah. Luna's ult is diabolical. It's been... These are my 2 favorite support characters to play with, personally. I like... As a person that plays a lot of flying characters, right? characters that I'm always in the air with. I like Invis because Invis's ult goes in the air. I can just run through from the top of the sky. I don't have to go to the bottom. That's why I would put Invis number 1. But I would probably put Strange as the best tank. I'd probably put Groot like 1A sort of thing. Hella's the best DPS right now that we've gotten to. But okay, let's go on to the next one, right? I don't think they need much explanation. They're just phenomenal support characters. Magic. I think Magic is an A tier dive character. Yes, I was just about to say Magic is insane. Magic can get your ass in the sky, can get your ass underground, can just dive you so hard on the if you're a support character, Magic's not one character you want to see on the opposing team. It is not a fun time. Especially when the Magic player knows that dive slash up melee combo, you're just done. You're done. You're done. Magneto. Oof, Magneto. I think Magneto is in that boat with Strange. I think Magneto is an S tier character. Magneto is still, in my opinion, one of the only thing that Magneto suffers at is his mobility. That's it. That's his only flaw in his entire game. Shield is right up there with. You could even argue his shield is better than Strange's. His ult is insane. Damage is really solid. Mag is so good. Mag is so good. Don't need much explanation. Just like, I think he's in the same boat as Strange. I think what separates Mag and Strange is just their abilities. Strange just has better abilities than Magneto. Yeah, I would say that. But Mantis. Now, here's my thing about Mantis. If Mantis is in res comp with Adam, I think just like Adam, they become a B tier. Mantis is definitely more viable than Jeff. I think Mantis is a safe B. I like Mantis in B for... I think overall Mantis is solid. Mantis is solid. Mantis is solid. I'm just thinking about it from a support point of view. If Mantis is... Let me see. Out of... How many supports we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4... I will take these 4 supports. How many supports are left on this list? No, that's all the supports. Yeah. I think Mantis is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5th. I think that's fair. Mantis is the 5th best healer in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you could argue A, but I've never had enough experience with Mantis players to really like cement them as A. I think just the inexperience with Mantis players, for me personally, I never see Mantis get picked. Yeah, I just never really see. I see. Oh, we got Ultron. Ultron's in here. Yeah. No, Ultron's A. Ultron's A. Yeah. Ultron's bottom A. Ultron's a bottom A support for me. Ultron is bottom A. Yeah. I will... Yeah, actually, no. Mantis is the 6th best support in my personal opinion. I'll take these guys over Mantis. Yeah. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. If you're at the bottom of the barrel for supports, this whole list is just my opinion. You might disagree. You might have them in different places, but that's totally okay. For me, if you are in the bottom percentile of your class. Oh, Rocket's in there? I think Rocket's A. Oh, so then never mind. Yeah, you're right. Totally forgot about Rocket. Is Rocket S? Nah, I think Rocket's A. But, oh, you know why I would argue Rocket might be S? Because of the Penny team up. That Penny team up is so good. Rocket would be top of the A or bottom S for me. If I get the Rocket team up, I think it's an S. If I get no Penny, I think Rocket's A. I think Rocket's A. Because Phoenix is everywhere. Yeah, I think it'll die down though, you know? Because I think Phoenix is going to end up being like a Hella type of character. If I'm being honest with you, I think Hella, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I'm going to keep my mouth quiet on that one. But I think it's going to have the same level of selection when Blade comes out, and that's the new, you know, the new kid on the block. I think as time goes on, Phoenix will probably have the same like usage as a Hella, in my opinion. I think that's what you'll end up seeing. I don't know. I think Hella's better than Phoenix. That might be a hot take, but I think Hella overall, as time goes on, I think Hella will be better than Phoenix, statistically. Because I don't, you know what it is too? Wolverine and Phoenix never really get a chance to really shine together in my ranked games because Wolverine is always banned. That might be a hot take. That might be a hot take, but I think Hella, as of right now, Hella is more scary to go against, in my opinion, than Phoenix. Could that change over time as players gain more experience with Phoenix? Absolutely. But for right now, I think Hella is more scary than Phoenix. Moon Knight. I'm gonna have an unbiased opinion. If I could rank this character for real, I will put it C. If I could rank it, that's my honest hatred towards Moon Knight, right? But if I'm being honest with myself, you know what? I am gonna keep it C. I think you can make a real strong argument that Moon Knight is B because of the damage output potential. There are a lot of games I look up on that scoreboard at the end of the game, and this Moon Knight has like 20k plus in quick play damage. Like, very easily, Moon Knight and Squirrel Girl are the same level of annoying characters for me. Because I see Squirrel Girl so much now, Squirrel Girl, as of right now, if we're all being honest with each other, Squirrel Girl might be A, guys. That might be my most controversial pick, going in the A tier. But hear me out. The ult charge is diabolical. Squirrel Girl, all Squirrel Girl requires is you to look the other way. And that freaking squirrel will devour your team. You get your ult so fast. Squirrel Stampede is such an easy thing to delete, but why is it that whenever I play, my team will just ignore the squirrel ult and just allow it to kill everybody on the team? It's so annoying. Map dependent. I agree with that for sure. They definitely excel more on certain maps than others. Definitely. But right now, in ranked, Squirrel Girl is A. I don't know why. In other seasons, this stupid squirrel would be a C tier or even a D because it's just I don't know. Until this thing gets nerfed with how fast it ult charges, I think it's an A tier character. Bottom A, high B. Namor. I think Namor is right here, A tier. I'm gonna put Hulk, Iron Man, and Magic above Namor, but Namor is a menace to society. Namor with the whole team up, right here. Yup. It's valuable into dive. It's pretty solid in the flyers. If the flyers ignore it, those squids will take those flyers down. Namor is a DPS character. Your squids can hard carry you. He also has his ability to just go up in the air in his bubble and not only block all incoming damage, but also get heals. Adds to the annoying... Namor is one of the most annoying characters in the game, but I will respect him as a really solid DPS choice. Penny Parker. I think Penny Parker, if you give the Rocket team up to Penny, Penny's map dependent as well, I would say, right? But I think Penny right now, Penny with the Rocket team up is A. Penny with the without Rocket is a probably middle of the pack B tier tank. Be honest. I have seen Penny Parker shut down maps when you're playing defense. This is a defensive map. Like if you're playing defense on the map, Penny's a really good choice. I will make a really strong argument that Penny could easily be an A tier character with the Rocket team up. Definitely one of my favorite team ups to play with, because when I'm playing support, I can also take advantage of playing alongside on the webs and having some type of defense. It'll make the dive characters hesitate to jump down on you and try to get you when you're playing in the Penny webs as well. I think Penny enables a lot of characters to pop off just because of how the teams have to adapt when Penny's nest around the field. Flyers are pretty good counters to Penny though. Flyers are really good counters to Penny. Penny struggles into the flying comp. Flyers can go over and destroy the nest, enabling the team to just push up and make Penny basically useless. But overall, I think Penny's a B tier tank. Bottom of the barrel tank, compared to a Strange, a Groot, a Magneto, a Hulk, a Captain America. But in the right hands, on the right map, with the right team up, I think it's an A tier. Bottom A, high B tier tank. Psylocke. Yeah, bro, Psylocke. I think Psylocke is an A tier character. I think Psylocke's right here, in middle of the pack of A. Psylocke is diabolical. Psylocke will delete you before you even know what happens in the right hands. If I'm playing support and there's a good Psylocke character, I am in so much trouble. They will get their ult so freaking fast. Dash into you, into all your supports, and just click their ult button and delete you. The reason why I'm not putting it in S, I think if you give Psylocke the attention it deserves, I think that it holds it back. Psylocke doesn't have... The weakness of Psylocke is that it just doesn't have enough health. So you want to... Psylocke is a character you take on the side roads. You try to do some creative dives into, you know, the supports, your angles, your flanks. I think Psylocke is probably up there with Magic as one of the best flankers in the game. But if you turn and you look at Psylocke, they'll fold. They will fold. They will die. They will melt. If they're in a team fight and everyone's grouped up together, that's when Psylocke falls apart. And that's why I think it's not S. That's why I don't think it's S, right? But, oh my god, in the right hands, this is one of the most annoying characters in the game. Punisher. I think at the top of the food chain, right? You're talking about the highest elos. I think Punisher is one of the better characters in the game. But from my personal experience, I don't know. I feel like he's B. Nah, you know, I'm going to put him in A. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I think I think Punisher is better than Squirrel Girl. There's no way I could say Squirrel Girl's over Punisher. Punisher's good. Punisher to me is a like I said, in the top of the food chain, when you're going into the highest of Elos, Punisher's that guy. Punisher's definitely that guy. His ult is one of the most feared ults in the entire game. He will delete your entire team if you allow him to. Strong turret, like Ursa's talking about here. He's good up close. He's good at range. I'm comfortable putting him at A. And again, this is just from personal experience in ranked games and all that. I never really see Punisher play too much. Like, I think in Grandmaster and above, you'll start to see a lot more Punisher players. But on the road to GM, which is where I cap myself off most of the time, I don't really ever bump into... He's a quick play demon too, by the way. This character is so annoying in quick play. He's good. He's good. In the right hands, this character pops off. Spider-Man! 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 Go to D, bro. Stay right where you belong in D. Star-Lord. Star-Lord's top of the food chain, in my opinion. I actually, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Star-Lord is right up here. Res Comp Star-Lord is S tier, bro. Star-Lord is an S tier character. Res Comp is disgusting, dude. I am going to show you guys whether I upload it to the YouTube raw and have a premiere where we watch it live, or I do like a reaction to it and then post it to YouTube. I'm going to show you guys how diabolical Res Comp can be. Res Comp is so good. Star-Lord's ult is phenomenal. He can die. His movement in the air is probably better than 90% of the flyers. He's really good. His damage output's phenomenal. There's a reason his ult is called legendary. With Res Comp, diabolical S. If you're running Res Comp, I think he's even better than Hela. Like, he's scarier to me to run into than Hela. And this is assuming that the Star-Lord... Like, I'm talking about the best Hela players versus the best Star-Lord players. In Res Comp, I'm more scared of the Star-Lord character. Storm. Storm is a yeah. Storm is A for me. Damage is really good. Damage is really good. Okay? Damage is really, really, really good. Can boost your team so much. That's why that is to me the best value of Storm. Diabolical. I think Storm is really, really, really solid in the A tier. Thor. Yeah, Thor's better than Penny in 90% of situations, but Thor's B. If you're talking about the elite Thors of the game, Thor's A, somewhere in the A tier, but 99% of Thors right now are just suffering, man. It's tough. It's tough times for Thor. Venom. Bro, Venom is A. The reason Venom is A is because he is one of the most annoying characters to kill. Bro almost has unlimited health sometimes, it feels like. Just when you think you're about to kill the Venom, nope, you gotta go and just delete, like... Well, how much health does he go up to again? Is it like 1,500 or... It's in the 1,000 range. That much I'm 100% certain of. Depends when you like click the button. I'm pretty sure that's what it's dependent on. Really great dive character. Extremely annoying to kill. His ult is it can cook. His ult can cook. 1,100 before healing, and if it was at less than 100 HP, that's crazy. Venom could be a raid boss all by himself, you know? Cool. Guess who's Venom's best teammate is? Venom's best teammate. You know, this might be controversial. I still think Venom and Spider-Man dive is pretty scary. It's not as scary, but I still think it's a really good duo together. Like they definitely synergize very well, especially coordinated Venom and Spider-Man. I can see an argument for Human Torch as well. Let me see what else. What else on this list? Captain America and Venom dive could work pretty nicely too. Yeah. Are Hella and Salak right now, who are insane right now? You know what? I could see that. Venom draws a lot of attention, and Hella only needs 2 shots to kill most things. Venom stops the whole team and then disappears. Yup. Yup. A Jeff and a Hulk is a best friend to Venom, in my opinion. Okay. Winter Soldier, man, boy, you fell from grace. In season 0, season 1, I would put Winter Soldier among the best DPS in the game. He's fallen from grace. I think he's the best. He's probably the best character in B tier. Where's he A? Is he top of the A? Or I'm sorry, bottom A or top B? I'm gonna put Bucky here. Because I think a Bucky character, Bucky's better than Witch. Bucky is definitely better than Witch. I think that, you know what? I like exactly where he is right now. I like exactly where he is. His ult is diabolical. I don't know how many clips you guys have probably seen of Bucky players like team wiping again. Bro, it's crazy. His damage is still solid. I don't think it's as good as it once was in prior seasons, but Bucky's definitely better than Witch, Panther, Hawkeye. Yeah. I think that's fair. Wolverine, that's S. That's S. Right now, Wolverine is back. Wolverine right now eats Magneto, Gru, and Strange. Funny, you know, I'm gonna put him right here. Right there. Right where these are the 3 tanks he wants to just see. If Wolverine gets a Strange, Gru, or Magneto, he's eating good right now. He's an insta-ban. I agree 100%. Best DPS in the game. Especially when they run more than 2 tanks. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of games where there's 3 tanks. Wolverine just instantly chops at his claws right there to get in that fight. Mr. Fantastic. I think Mr. Fantastic is a B tier character. He's one of the most annoying characters to play against. He has great versatility. That's what I like about it. I think he's the king of the B tier. I think he's king of the B tier. He's really good. His survivability is so annoying. But I think he's a very solid character in most situations, though. The Thing. Here's why I'm gonna put the Thing right here, right? I'm gonna put the Thing in B tier for one reason. Lack of shields. I know it doesn't make sense, right? But I feel like his survivability compared to a Venom, compared to a Captain America, compared to even a Hulk, if you dive too deep with the Thing, you're done. You're not coming back. You're not coming back. You're done. You're dead. Even if you click your button to get that, you know, the charge and the slam, you're cooked 99% of the time. You can potentially leap, like I said, but if you go too deep with this character, you're in trouble. I think he's a B tier tank. He's better than Penny. Would I say he's a bottom tier tank though? I guess. All these other tanks have either a shield, a wall, mobility. I don't know. He's just too deep. He can cook though. He can definitely cook. He's great at stunning. He's great into dive. But I think that's where his value like just stops though, you know? Like he cooks Panther. He's really good into Thor, I would say. Because Thor can't really bully the Thing the way that he can bully a lot of the other tanks in the game. I think a good Thor player would be the Thing player 90% of the... Not 90. Probably like 75% of the time, I would give that matchup to Thor, actually. Thor Force is really too good. But the Thing is really solid. Nothing else to say about the Thing. I think that covers everything. Human Torch. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, dude. And there's one reason why he's going to be in this tier. He's a B tier character. I want you to count on the I want you to count in your head how many Human Torch players there are. That you know of, that you play with. How many Human Torch players do you play with? If we're talking about like a Necros, that caliber of high elo player, he's S. He's definitely S. He pops off so hard. But he's a B tier character. I never see Human Torch. When was the last time you saw a Human Torch player? You know?
Incoming raid.
I don't...
GT_Oz just raided
Yo!
with 5 viewers.
Oz, thanks for the raid, bro. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're making our Marvel Rivals tier list right now. The reason for me, and this is strictly why, I don't see any Human Torch players. I just don't. Is he good? Is he good? His damage output could be insane in the right hands, but you could say that about every other character on this B tier. You could say an insane Scarlet Witch. Insane Scarlet Witch players pop off. Insane Thing players pop off. Insane Black Panthers pop off. Insane Hawkeye players pop off. Thor could pop off in the right hands. Jackson, shout out to Jackson, right? Penny Parker could be diabolical in the it's all about the situation, man. The difference between those high elo players and then everyone else who plays Human Torch and just how infrequently I see him, that's why I think he's B. Just his damage potential is probably the only reason why I would personally say he's B. I just don't see any Human Torch players. They just don't exist. I'm pretty sure he has probably one of the lowest pick rates in the game. Emma Frost. Oh, my beloved Emma Frost. Emma Frost, to me, is a solid S tier. Diamond form, what can I say? Diamond form cooks. You got the choke that disrupts so many ults. Emma's really good. Emma's really good. It's SO. Exclamation point SO, Kennedy, not shout out. They nerfed Emma a little bit. Emma was a little bit better prior to Season 3. I think Diamond Form went from 33% damage reduction down to 25%. And then I think they lowered the damage output in Diamond. But still so solid. So solid. Emma is definitely better than Hulk, Cap. Again, this is just my opinion. I think she's better than Hulk, Cap, Venom, Thing, Penny. Like... She's up here. She's up here. You better put Cloak and Dagger in S tier. What's up, Anna? And last but not least, the newest character, Phoenix. I think Phoenix is like right here. Phoenix, it's there's just too many variables right now. You either get a really good Hela player that's playing Phoenix, right? Or you get everyone else that's playing Phoenix right now. I think Phoenix is B. I think Phoenix is B. I really enjoy playing Phoenix, right? I enjoy playing Phoenix. For whatever reason, I need to continue getting in my reps with Phoenix. And once I hit GM and we do more quick play games, I'll probably start using Phoenix more because that's a character I really do want to get under my belt. I have a lot of fun with Phoenix. Her ult has good utility, can get rid of rockets instantly, beacons, nests. There's a lot of utility with the ult, but the freaking ult is like, it just doesn't deal enough damage right now. Phoenix needs a buff to the damage on the ult. Like Phoenix, if you hit directly with the Phoenix on a DPS character, it should be an insta-kill. It has to be a direct hit. It can't be like I land the ult right here, right? Like it has to be a direct hit. In my opinion, I think that's fair. It also adds a little bit of skill, right, with landing those direct hits with Phoenix, but people argue about the wave that, you know, shoots out from the Phoenix that does that additional damage, but guys, let's be honest with each other, it's a tickle. You just get tickled out here, right? But I really, really, really like this tier list. I think every person is properly ranked, I would say. And again, this is from my own personal experience playing Marvel Rivals as a consistent GM player. And the S tier category is not. Those are the cream of the crop of their respective roles. They're not like Wolverine would be the one on S right now. Wolverine would be the one on S, like the top of the food chain. I think everyone would agree with that. I think these are the 4 best supports in the game. I think these are the 4 best tanks in the game. It just depends on the situation and the players using them, right? I think these are the 2 best DPS in the game. Followed by Rocket, Hulk, Cap, Storm, Iron Man, Psylocke, Magic, Namor, Ultron, Punisher, Squirrel Girl, Venom, Winter Soldier. I think everything just makes sense. B tier is like the characters that I feel like are probably is balanced the right word? Like, I feel like, okay, B is like a solid choice in most situations, I would feel like, right? No, let me take that back. B is like solid in in certain situations. I think A tier is probably the, you know, now we're talking about really, really, really good in the meta right now. Extremely annoying to kill or do stupid amounts of damage. Like, now we're talking about the really good choices that you want to see most of the time on your team. S tier is cream of the crop. A is like the best choice, the most solid choices in most situations. B is when they fall down like they're not A, but they're like a step below in the power scale. They're very good in certain situations, and they're good counters into some of these characters, right? Like, let me think, for example, like Black Widow, really good in the Iron Man and Storm. Hawkeye, same thing, good into these flyers, right? Ultron too, right? And then you got the Thing, which is good into Psylocke, Magic, you know, like characters like this where they want to constantly move around, the Thing just neutralizes them, pins them to the floor, you know? Like, these are good situational characters. C characters are the bottom of the barrel for me.
Hello?
Spider-Man is Spider-Man. That's just D for dickhead. If you pick Spider-Man, dickhead. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to the Spider-Man players. If you play Spider-Man, you are a professional thrower. But anywho, Moon Knight and Adam, I feel like are the bottom of the barrel of their respective, you know, they can pop off and maybe, you know, in the right player's hands, but yeah, how do you guys feel about the tier list? I know there are some, you know, you guys might move it around a little bit, but overall, I think this is a pretty solid tier list, in my personal opinion.